What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are here, day 2 at Evolution 2017. I am Eli the Curry.
And I'm Donka.
And this Midwest Express is about to bring you the top 512, those who survived the drowning pools of day 1. We are moving forward now, and we are going to cut it down to the top 64.
Yes, and unlike a lot of other tournaments, 4 people actually made it out of pools this year. So the winners finals, instead of fighting each other, moved on. So the first few matches you're going to see on the stream are going to be those winners finals matches of those pools. So if you saw 2 people in a pool you were interested to see duke it out, might be happening right now.
We saved it. We put it in the fridge. We let it marinate a little bit. Gave them some time to look up the matchups. There's going to be no unfamiliarity accepted here. Everybody's going to have to be locked, loaded, and ready to go here. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard. So, good afternoon and good evening to you watching around the world as we kick off Evolution 2017.
And the first match we have coming in right now is Nevermind, who is a Zangief player. I'm not exactly where sure from. Versus Trashbox, who's actually a Master Rank Birdie player from Japan, who had a pretty notable pop-off yesterday.
Yeah, Trashbox, I like that, bringing the hype to us because, you know, like a lot of people are afraid to get blown up. Nobody wants to be exactly like Shanghai, where you give yourself all that hype heating into it and then come up short. But Trashbox delivered, made it out in winners, as did Nevermind, and now they fight to cut that number, that 512, right in half, put themselves 2 matches away from top 64 winner side.
Now, the viewpoint I've gotten generally about this matchup is Zangief players find this to be pretty tough. Birdie's easily able to get out the banana, the can, build up the V skill meter, utilizing those tools from full screen, and Zangief just isn't fast enough to stop it a lot of the time.
Exactly, and as part of that is that Birdie also excels at whiff punishing. He's got a lot of far-reaching moves that can really clip a lot of characters as they're trying to come in, and Geef, as a slow-moving character, finds not only his mobility hampered, but sometimes his range. But Nevermind now has quite literally never minded all of that. 2 brilliant V-skill parries to lead into SBDs. Another read and 1 more for the stun. Oh.
Very nice. Starts it out with that. And the one thing that you saw Nevermind using to get around, you know, these cans and these things and these long pokes of Birdie was the V-skill. Obviously, Birdie's pokes have a lot of frames. They have a lot of recovery. And the V-skill armoring through that lets him punish on a lot of moves that maybe on other characters he could not.
Got caught right there by the Bull Revenger into the command grab. So Trashbox now starting to turn it on. Sometimes we see that slow start out of those players that we really expect a lot out of. They take those first 1 or 2 rounds to really absorb information about their opponents. As Infiltration famously said, once the download is complete, championships may follow.
All right, Trashbox content to hold on to his lead here, poking mostly with down jab, standing behind his banana.
I love Nevermind is not panicking at all. You can see a steady cadence forward. Really understands what he's looking for.
The bullhorn comes out and this will kill, yes.
It's the round there. Got him there. Nevermind is actually coming out of Utah. So I was able to just look that up. So actually, I commentated a match with a Utah Geef player yesterday who was actually pretty impressive as well.
All right, and gets the restand combo, but doesn't finish it.
Complete with a cartoon sound effect. I like it.
Now, one pretty interesting thing is Nevermind's been parrying at range here, but not really finding the punish or finding the poke afterwards.
I think Trashbox, after that first round, kind of figured out a little bit better spacing for those folks where they can still get absorbed by the V-skill, but it won't be an SBD punish.
Yes, and Birdie's sweep is one of the few where at max range it really can't be punished by a lot of characters. It's just too far, even though it's minus enough to normally be punishable.
And there's the whiff punish into the bullhead. Skip to Malu. Don't plant me, I plant you. Get it done. Trashbox goes up 1-0.
And the big change there was, you know, Nevermind's first round where he did get the win. He dashed up twice in command grab. Yep. He was parrying from very close range and getting those reads off. And Trashbox decided to just cool it down a little bit after that and wasn't giving him those opportunities.
Exactly, as you say that. So Nevermind, you know, it feels like, all right, I got into his head. I kind of figured some things out. But at the same time, Trashbox was able to pull back that range like you mentioned. And if Nevermind can't force the issue like he did in the first game, he's going to have to win from this range, which is just, it's where Birdie wants to be.
Exactly. Zangief's a character who can actually dictate the defensive pace of a match a lot, play extremely defensively, but versus Birdie or Guile or another character with these projectiles, he has to get in.
Exactly. See right here, stun. Trashbox has just dominated the range. Hadn't done a lot, honestly. It's one of those things where you're winning from a position as a player where it feels kind of boring, and it's nice.
It's very nice. It's so nice that you can do overhead and then reset into command grab afterwards.
And if they block it, oh, that's all right. You see right there. Nevermind has got to find a way to get over the banana without actually, you know, kind of triggering it. But Geef just doesn't reach there. Now one
more in the corner, no loop.
Right back to the Revenger, another stun. Nevermind should get one more opportunity. There we go.
All right, back's completely off. Going to throw out another banana here. He's been favoring that over the can heavily in this matchup.
Yep. Now, Geef can armor any amount of life. It won't matter as long as he's actively in armor. Never mind. Brilliant. Crashbox. Showing up to play, yo. Turning the CFN Master Rank into some well-played Street Fighter V action here at EVO. Moves forward. He is now 2 wins away. This is the if you made it out of the day 1 bracket in winner's side to that top. Well, and he's got a real donut. Crashbox is too much. You're doing too much. It was the same. It was chocolate with sprinkles too. He actually thought that through. I love that.
And we have a lot of the Japanese birdie emirate out here. We have Daikoku Go is here as well. We saw Crusher and Pools, who actually lost to Vagabond. So all the best Japanese birdie players have come out to EVO this year, and a lot of the best Japanese players in general.
I like to see. Yeah, I definitely like to see it. And we also saw some very, very close calls for some, and Bonchan actually getting sent to losers. Mago went down in day 1 pools.
I heard I've heard a lot of people went down. I don't know which ones are true, which ones aren't, but yeah.
I could definitely confirm
those ones definitely were.
Yeah, so if you did manage to make it out of the day 1 pools in winners, all of those people got advanced to the quarterfinal pools. They are 3 matches away from winner's side and to making it in the top 64, which is another 3 wins. So we are watching people who are cutting their top 8 roads down to size right now. And stepping up, we actually have another one of those, which is going to be Filipino Man versus Silver Sanctions Urban Flow.
And Urban Flow is another really well-known online player. He's a Karen player online. Enters a lot of online tournaments. I think we've seen him once or twice offline, but definitely not seasoned, at least to the level that Filipino Man, who has made top 16 at like the last 4 EVOs.
Yeah, and over the course of multiple games as well. Yeah, not just Street Fighter V. Filipino Man, of course, one of the preeminent roses in America. Has had ups and downs with the game itself. Not necessarily a man as skilled as a Filipino Man can play the game, but sometimes you just don't know if you want to. I know you do. Okay, man, I don't know if I feel like being good today, man. It might be easy to just talk about it, have a nice day, but...
It's so funny how much this matchup has changed, right? Chun-Li, Karen, very little changes from Season 1 to 2. A slight damage change, you know, a couple buffs, actually. But Chun-Li, one of the most changed characters in the game, lost some recovery under Fireball, lost some issues with anti-air, and this matchup went from one that most Karen players hated to one that I think she wins somewhat handily.
Chun-Li definitely got brought down to her a more Street Fighter 4 friendly function where the offense is just not as heavily there. But see, Urban Flow out here, as you mentioned, like the live action competition, I'm actually really excited to see what he's got. And I'm actually tripping because usually I see co-Urban Flow. Like, I'm so used to looking at his game attack.
All right, V-reversal whiffs. And Filipino Man takes back the corner.
Nice. Urban Flow, like, I love that establishment. Even though he doesn't have another bar, establishing that, and then, you know, you just wake up with a button the next time or something like that, right? Like, you're just going to put this type of disrespect, this kind of online monster mindset into your opponent because you can pull it back. And if you have that ability...
Speaking of which, he hasn't really been confirming low forwards or even going for it. He's been preemptively canceling into command dashes, preemptively canceling into Tentenkos, and not getting the full confirm.
Yep. Nice there, right there. Saw the patience, let that spinning bird kick come out, and just needs one more to seal it, though. Oh!
And Filipino Man definitely known for his lack of fear when waking up with either jab or EX spinning bird kick. And I think he hit 3 that round.
I was trying to couch it as if Urban Flow was going to have to be the one to kind of fight the quote-unquote online playstyle mentality. And it's like, here's a few uppercuts for you.
Speaking of which, very nice confirm from Urban Flow, finally not doing it on block. And here's Karen's patented throw loop. She can either do the jab into throw, medium into throw, walk into straight throw.
You're just in the danger zone right now. Got to find a way out. Filipino Man can force some plus frames now. Got back into it. Nice.
I really like Urban Flow's use of V-reversal there to get through the fireball strings. Filipino Man with V-trigger on is usually, you know, using the extra frame advantage to go jab, low forward, fireball, continue to try to fish for that confirm, but instead just V-reversals back into the corner.
Yo, Chun looks like she belongs in Vegas with that outfit. First of all, I like this
Along with those girls in the back, right?
You know what I mean? She's like right in character. I respect that, Filipino Man. We all remember. I like it.
Nice jab anti-air, but the EX gets him again. Unfortunately, Filipino Man has been caught with that EX through the fireballs like 3 times now.
Urban Flow is definitely on the lookout for it. Nice. I like that V-reversal to re-reversal. Urban Flow knows that the corner positioning is much more important than the V-gauge. Well, maybe he doesn't.
Well, you know, throws him back in.
All right, and then
this should kill.
Oh,
but no EX meter used, and he could really regret this.
Okay, okay, works out. But yeah, just like you said, he's definitely got to consider that. I'm of the mind that any amount of meter you spend to get around is worth it.
Especially when it's the last round.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's one thing, and not to really compare players, but when you see Punk play, you know, he'll usually use the max amount of meter in the combo if he thinks it may stun or kill.
Absolutely. It's just so much meter that gets built up, and I still consider Street Fighter V to be really the vanilla version of the game at this current moment, and you typically see that in those games because the developers didn't know how much damage we were going to find. So you have so much meter being built. And like you mentioned, I've seen Punk matches where he wins both of his rounds by critical art. You know, like round 1 and round 2 both by critical art. And with that type of thing, like, the meter is there for you. You have to spend it.
That being said, Urban Flow did take the first match by really controlling Filipino Man's ability to throw fireballs. He was EX command dashing through the majority of them and then jumping over the rest. And Filipino Man just really hasn't found a way to get himself out of the corner. He's been backing into it at the start of every round.
Absolutely. Urban Flow is completely dictating the flow and the pace of the matching. And Filipino Man is not keeping up with it right now. As you said, he's playing off of his back foot in the corner.
Unfortunately, no confirm there. The shimmy didn't bite, and he ended up getting punished on block.
Throw tech. It was immediate throw tech as well, so Urban Flow kind of pressing it right away on wake up. That can be a big tell.
Nice, and the stand heavy punch gets stuck down by the Chun-Li's jumping heavy kick. Oh, and the flip hits.
Let's go. We're coming down into the crunch time. Whoa, you just gonna rob him like that?
So that overhead flip is usually a total gimmick versus Chun-Li. If she were to mash 2 down jabs there, she would beat every single option. But unfortunately, Filipino Man not ready for that situation. Gets caught by the not often used command grab follow.
Yes, it is very, very, it feels very slow, but at the same time, as you mentioned, so rarely seen that a lot of people just aren't prepared to switch the block. Urban Flow now sitting on match point. Filipino Man to the corner. He might only need 2 or 3 clean hits at this point.
You can tell Urban Flow smells blood at this point. He really hasn't stopped jumping, and he hasn't seen a reason to.
Absolutely.
Gets in there, catches him low at the end. Goes for the reset. Anti-air trades, and Filipino Man catches his 10th EX spinning bird of the round.
And there is the crouch jab to seal it up. Filipino Man staves off getting sent to losers right away. But the meter is heavily in Urban Flow's favor right now. And that right there, that V skill for Karin can be so important, especially in footsie-based matchups. She builds herself into V-trigger without necessarily absorbing a lot of damage.
What you did see Filipino Man do there is after the abuse from it, started using stand heavy punch to stop it from coming in.
Check there, but Urban Flow hit it on the wrong angle as you're coming up. Sometimes you will not be plus on the way down, but jump.
Reset hits this time, stays in front, no combo.
Go for the stun here. There it is.
Gets the stun. Probably won't quite kill, but he's going to have him real close.
Need one more. Got it! Filipino Man gets sent to losers, and Urban Flow setting himself just 1-2 steps away now from top 64. That is a hell of a jump, man.
Yeah, really is. I love that reset because the way it was found is so interesting, right? And I think I've said this once before, but that isn't a move you can normally juggle after very easily. It's not a free juggle. No normal will actually combo, except Karen's rapid cancel down jabs. If you cancel a jab into a jab, has an extra juggle point over any of her other normals, which is what allows that reset to work.
Oh, wow.
Really weird.
I did not remember that being the specific place, but I just remember that the Just Frame Tenko, like, creating that little extra sway up in the air. But that is really...
It creates a sway in the air, but there's a flag on the second jab that lets it juggle.
That is beautiful. I love it. Somebody just must have been in trainer mode just, like, trying to think about something, and they go, like, wait a minute. Hey, what if I do this? I love it. Sometimes the most devastating maneuvers are ones we just make up on the spot. Right now, we are coming through with Razor Infiltration, just recently fully sponsored by Monster Gaming. As you can see, representing the hat, he is Monster Brand going up against Flow. I love it.
That's a really interesting matchup to see, especially because, you know, maybe a year ago around this time, you'd think, oh, Infiltration's unstoppable. You know, this will be totally free, right? Not...
oh my God! Look at him!
Oh,
look at he is.
So
That is.
you
have the hat already.
Already got
it.
the hat on.
I wonder.
Yeah. So Infiltration has certainly not been doing poorly at all at events, but not the same Infiltration we saw that won EVO this time last year.
This time last year, he really was in the position where Punk was, where if you didn't see him in Grand Finals, on winner side, something looked really off.
Really off, and I'm pretty sure you did almost every time going up to that EVO. Him and Tokido were definitely names to beat, but at this point, Infiltration.
Oh, wow. I love it.
He's become a gimmick monster at this point. He's given up on winning EVO, instead coming up with his monster can, coming up with his Mimi phone text, and Flo not having any of it.
Yo, Flo was, of course, right now, Flo has been just chilling out at the house for a long period of time. He's been holding it down as a full-time streamer, and it's been put together. I don't know if you ever got a chance to watch, but he will sometimes co-stream the broadcast, and it's actually just nice to, like, he's just giving anecdotes and enjoying the play. But he stepped up to EVO, is in winners. Lodges complaints with Mr. Wizard. They were not heard. They said, no. You're going to fight Infiltration.
Of course, Flo is a really, really good player himself, and you know, definitely someone who has all the fundamentals there in order to win. He's usually been playing Karen, and Infiltration has gone back to Nash, which he said after seeing Bonchan have so much success, he was motivated to try it again.
I love to see that. Nash got nerfs in Season 1 that were probably considered the most drastic, twice over even, because there was a kind of a mid-season balance change right after EVO that changed the character from the iteration that won the tournament last year. And I don't know necessarily if it was dramatic enough for a lot of players to switch off the way they did, but Bonchan definitely showed the way that, you know, the Nash contingent still has life.
However, he did get a few buffs in Season 2.1. A couple of his moves had more frame advantage, and his dash is a little bit better. So he's more easily able to control the screen a la Season 1, which is what we're going to see Reizo Infiltration trying to do here versus Flo.
Loves that hit and run style. Loves to be in, out, all around. And Karine, as you saw against Filipino Man with Urban Flow, she loves to dictate the pace. And a character like this who can really switch that up can make it very difficult for her. Low catch there with the crouch medium kick.
Low catching him there, no bite on the shimmy, but gets EX right back in, noticing that Infiltration is not doing a lot on defense right now.
Nice, got the touch. Oh, but you're not going to cash that out. Okay.
Pretty interesting decision there. Probably could have killed with an EX meter.
Yeah, he absolutely was in position, and now he's going to have to make defensive decisions. Gets it.
Not going to kill, but one more hit may just do it. He has the full V.
All right. Wow, and now Infiltration has burned all the bar. He could have closed this out. It's interesting, right? He could have closed it out with a critical art or even maybe just one EX at the beginning when he got that V-trigger hit. And now instead he's only going to be down to one bar.
Could be a mistake, honestly, based on the fact that he's been playing so many characters. We've seen him play Ed, we've seen him play Jury, we've seen him play just a variety of characters at this point.
Was a master of many characters in 4 as well. Like I said, look at the battery right now. Already back to 2 bars, and he hasn't even lost 80%.
Something we haven't seen Flo do yet is EX command dash through the fireballs. So Infiltration is really feeling comfortable throwing them. And there's the first one, but it gets caught because of the perfect spacing by Infiltration.
It's one of the things, if it's been enough time for us to, you know, kind of watch it, processes, and put it through, you got to think a player, especially at Infiltration's caliber, he's sitting there waiting for it. He's kind of going to space it out that way if he can. Crouch medium punch anti-air, still really strong. Goes.
Infiltration really intelligently not pressing a lot of buttons when Flo has the full V gauge, knowing he's going to be fishing for that cancel into V trigger.
Nice. Beautiful play right there.
Catches him on the dash up. One thing that's interesting about doing anti-fireball moves versus Nash is he can exchange the recovery of his fireball for startup, right? His heavy fireball has a lot of startup but very little recovery, whereas his light fireball is the opposite. So if you're trying to react to the fireball and you don't know which one he's doing, you may get totally rushed through and punished.
And it's hard, right? Because a lot of people just kind of assume that every fireball is the same, but you really have to be in the mind of your opponent to think it through.
Exactly, and if you do the wrong one, you know, you'll just get jabbed out like Infiltration's done twice already.
Infiltration has Flo corner now, and he is... So right there, he just kind of rocked back, walked it out, wasn't obsessed with trying to pursue this pressure.
Keeps him in the corner. Completely dominating with this boom pressure in the corner right now. Flo does not seem to know the gaps at all.
And that V reversal that got blocked. The Flo only just now got to engage that V trigger. And you see this is not at a range where it's really threatening.
Exactly.
Infiltration was not at a risk to be thrown in that space, so there was no reason to press a button. Those light kicks weren't going to do anything that was threatening. They don't even build great damage, so he really could just block
right,
him
as you said, Infiltration has just been blocking once Flo gets that V trigger, knowing that Flo hasn't been going for the throws and hasn't been scaring him enough to do anything other than waste that V trigger. Another thing Infiltration's been doing a lot of is canceling into these booms on block, totally not scared of Flo interrupting it.
We are. Ooh, here comes this. This is the coup de grace right here. Should be the stun. Tack on some damage, some meter with those whiff buttons. When we get one more.
The reset doesn't catch the jump back.
But the EX Sonic Boom does finish it off.
Infiltration looked really good there.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he was right back in form. Blow's one of the best streamers in the FGC. So he's going to have another story to tell. But no, shout out to Flo. That is a historic player, honestly. And it's low-key a lot of things some people don't know. But you and I both coming from that Midwest region.
And he's still in the tournament because these are still winners finals matches that we're seeing going on. The next one being Wolfkrone versus Dre Yomi Games.
Now, I actually saw Yomi Games playing yesterday. He played some casuals against Idazan. So this is actually going to be a Laura mirror.
Okay.
So that is something that I am personally very invested in watching. As some of you may know, I love Laura.
How do you, because there's a lot of mirror matches, right? Some people like the Ryu versus Ryu. People consider very standard as a mirror. They have the same set of tools. It works out normally. And then some characters, it's just totally wacky when they fight each other.
I think the Laura mirror is interesting because defensively, she does not have a lot of options, right? As most characters don't, but you know so much about what she could do and what's real and what's not real. But we'll have to get back to you. That will be on the other side of the break. We will be right back. Stay locked and loaded as we are here at Evolution 2017. We are back live and in effect here as we continue through these top 512, the quarterfinal pools of EVO Street Fighter V tournament. I am Eli the Curry here with Don K, and we are about to watch a beautiful bonanza of Bonita beatdowns. I am beyond pumped. I think I can keep that going.
And beyond alliteration.
Yes, I think I can do a little bit more B's. But in the true anime notation style, we're going to be looking for C's, heavies. We want a lot of heavy buttons. This matchup is hard-hitting. It can be frantic. It can be frenetic. It can be freaking... I ain't going to say that last time.
Well, as you said, Laura's defensive options are one of her more lacking sides, but her offensive options are her best parts. This is definitely a high-flying matchup, and whoever gets the first hit is really, really favored for the rest of the match.
Absolutely push the pace, and it looks like right now that is Dre Yomi Games. He's going to be the blue Laura, one of my personal favorites. Beautiful play right now. That's the stun.
And just as we said, Yomi with a stun already.
Not dead. No, not dead.
Not dead, but the reset may just lead to the perfect one more hit.
There it is. Yomi Games. He just started off with the perfect like that. He said, my shirt is better than your hat. You know that, right? I like that.
You know, Laura, one of the recipients of one of the bigger nerfs from Season 2.1, obviously doesn't have all the setups after her V-trigger command grabs anymore, but Yomi Games not really having any issue anyway.
Yeah, she actually, it kind of put the mind back into the power of the players, where she can't just, you know, be +1. She can she has to layer things through a little bit more, but the offensive potential is still there. And
and the rest of her game is exactly the same.
Wolfkrone he looks something like I almost never see right now. He kind of looks just unsure. All right, never mind.
Unsure, but with the corner pressure. And here we're seeing this new mix-up situation. Goes to the elbow anyway, but minus this time.
Exactly. You can almost always challenge that elbow in those situations now, especially if you have a 3-frame normal. Unfortunately, Yomi Games is already activated.
No button from Wolfkrone. Kind of playing a bit slow right now.
Caught the reversal? Absolutely.
Really nice block, but the backdash gets him out of the down fierce.
So there's quite a few characters in the game can actually get under Laura's fireball, and Laura herself is one of the premier examples. That crouch medium kick will go right under. The fireball goes away if Laura is hit. So there's a lot of situations where you can actually challenge it.
Really good whiff punish there on the medium kick with his own. Combos into the EX with the buffer.
Oh, wow. You see the hitbox on that, how far that crouch medium kick ranges. It really harkens back to the Street Fighter 4 situation. Nice.
I really like Wolfkrone defensively using the command grab there, knowing that Yomi Games was minus.
Yep. Most people right there obviously want to walk back, and if you try to hold up now, you're completely vulnerable. And Wolfkrone taking control. One more for the finish. Uh-oh!
But the medium kick is going to start the train.
Party time!
Okay, very nice V-reversal to stop that from going any further.
V-trigger fireball is a little bit better than regular EX fireball. Why not? Nice, and there you see it again. The crouch medium kick. So after a really, really unstable first game, Wolfkrone, as you can see already, trying to take some breaths to get himself back under control.
And as you mentioned, the defensive command grab is really cool there because what people don't realize, and it seems really simple, is that being +2 is the same as the other guy being -2. So if they've put that self in that minus situation, you have to look at that as your offense.
Exactly. Exactly what it is. And from that range, you're now enforcing the situations where walking back after being -2 isn't safe. Obviously, jumping isn't safe. So you're just giving yourself more offensive options. Yeah, Wolfkrone, one of my favorite features of Wolfkrone. He is exceptional when it comes to anti-airs.
And that low medium kick under the fireball you mentioned has just been a real problem for Yomi.
And pretty much any matchup where Laura cannot rely on that if she feels uncomfortable in the neutral is one where she'll struggle. So in the mirror match, if you're not able to just, kind of fight it hands up, as it were, you're gonna be in trouble.
Goes for the setup, catches him with the down fierce, but no combo after, and Wolfcrone back in control. Unfortunately, Yomi Games there jumps backwards to avoid the normal grab, but what that means is he didn't get a punish on the command grab.
Again there, that fireball is not going to bail him out of trouble. This should be the finish. Wolfcrone now on match point. And the tail of the tape is all entirely in the neutral, where Wolfcrone is just not necessarily, he doesn't care about the fireball game. He's not going to try to fight it. He's not going to try to let that be a shield to let him in. He's willing to work off the crouch medium kick. See right there, though, it's a dangerous tack. If it gets caught, it can set up a wheel of pain.
EX. Let's see what new setups Yomi's got here. Nothing. Misses that light punch elbow, apparently.
I think he let it go there. It's all right. Oh, that's bad. That's punishable. Nice. Finish. Here we go. What you got for me? The fake stuff. Come on now. That's another Laura. You got to know better than that.
And that setup's based on the fact that the other Laura won't tech because they don't realize that the thing is untechable.
Yeah. You could just, like, saw the back tech there. It kind of gets you out of a lot of mini situations. Not all of them. There's a read, and just like that, Yomi Games gets himself back on the board, makes it 1-1. I loved what I was seeing there. That was the sped-up gameplay that you need to have at the highest level. Not necessarily out of control, but as close to it as you can get.
You need to be fast enough that they can't dictate the footsie game, right?
Exactly.
Very nice. Catches the backdash with the EX from mid-screen.
Right
and
there.
the jab dash command grab. This is how Yomi won the first game, so hopefully he can bring it back.
He is getting ahead of it right there. Wolfcrone can't follow because he's afraid of the other fireball. Punish. That's a light, but all right. Gets it started.
Still got something.
Oh, but now Wolfcrone is activated, and the bully of the earth. Here she is. Nope, can't do that.
Gets the anti-air. Wolfcrone unstoppable with those.
What you got to do in this situation? It feels like you can't press a button, you can't down back, you can't jump.
Fortunately misjudged that V-skill range, though, and ends up in the corner when he was going to get an anti-air otherwise.
Counter hit confirm off the stand medium punch. Light finish. Oh, that was almost it. And there it is. Yomi Games kept up the consistent pressure. We mentioned it. Laura has no get off me option. If she doesn't have critical art, nothing she does will defeat a strike on startup. So you saw Yomi Games. He just knew, yo, all I got to do is stay in, keep hitting these buttons. With, you know, I mean, he's a Laura player. I'm a Laura player. Wolfcrone's a Laura player. We like that situation. That's fun.
No, definitely. And Yomi Games' corner game has been really good, consistently anti-airing, you know, those jump away attempts in the corner with a standing medium.
Another enforcement of the command grab.
Oh, and that close range gets there into the mix-up.
She dashed up at the command grab. She's punishable if she dashes up like that. So he's definitely caught Dre a little bit slow on the draw there, and he's gonna put himself on match point once again. But there's just not a lot you can take out of this as far as, you know, comfort, right?
No,
like,
definitely not. I mean, Laura's one of those characters where the mirror match round is done before I finish a thought.
It's luckily for us, we're Laura players. We don't really need to do much thinking anyway. Just kind of see the target and aim for it.
However, Yomi Games slowing the game down, entering those jumps, really getting a lot of use out of it.
This round could be over in a flash. Already started, but this situation is not too dangerous. Ooh, I don't know.
The V-trigger is still on for Wolfcrone, going to allow him better Oki after his command grabs and the better fireballs.
Wow, what a choice! Okay, there it is again. Catch, started up. Wolfcrone has got to, well, I was going to say he needed to eat most of that.
Wolfcrone with a life disadvantage, but the corner situation, let's see if he can take advantage of it. And no, Yomi Games knows that Wolfcrone is scared with just a pixel left and goes for that risky command grab.
Wow! Wow. He won that round 3 times. It was too scared of it. And then he wasn't afraid to dash up command grab. All right.
And this is the last round of the match. The EX catches him through the fireball. Yomi Games in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, but Wolfcrone, he side switched. I don't know why. He made himself -2, and now he might not get a chance to play. Never mind.
Really
Correction.
nice job by Yomi Games getting the jump out of the corner.
Oh my God. Yomi Games has such a huge advantage right now. Never mind. Gave it up. Oh my gosh. Another one. EX.
Dash, let's see the mix up. No, backs off and goes to the EX fireball. Pretty conservative for a Laura player.
Yeah. And it's a Wolfcrone special. He definitely loves to pin you in. 50-50s right here. Any hit will do it.
Any command grab, any jab.
Catch. No, he just walked under.
The jumping light kick catches him out of his anti-air, and what could have been the move that turns around the round ends up having him lose. Wolfcrone takes the Laura mirror smiling.
He knows he got caught. He was frozen in the air. That angle is nearly impossible to bolt tackle because you have to do it so fast. And Yomi Games actually froze the game at that moment. You know what? Let me pull back just a moment and take nothing away from him because he definitely enforced the will in that first round, and he stayed right with it until the very end. That, honestly, is kind of the story of that mirror, where you can be in it from any moment. The story of Laura, really. I have 1 bar, I'm dangerous. But he'll go back and look at that and really wish that he had chosen a different route there. Either, a bolt tackle to anti-air that angle, or even V-skilling under to force Wolf Prone into the corner.
Yes, it's really tough to anti-air that normally as a cross-up because it has, I believe, almost 10 active frames.
Yeah.
It's one of the most active moves in the air in the entire game. And that makes it really difficult to stop it when done early.
Yes, absolutely. But that right there is an example. If you ever needed to see how just a blink of an eye moment, really actually frozen in time, can really dictate the difference of a match. But Wolf Prone, nonetheless, moves forward in winners. Yomi Games will exist to threaten somebody in losers.
Definitely with that, Laura.
And meanwhile, we move forward to another firecracker of a match right here. Infused Gaming, I'm still the daddy, representing that English spirit. Certainly got that English.
And this pool was really tough because these are the two that came out in winners.
Yes, this was.
But there was also Fubar Duck and Sasaki, the Japanese Master Ryu player in this pool. So yeah, a lot of blood has been shed already. I'm still the daddy taking out Sasaki and Mike Alnott taking out Fubar Duck to meet here in this finals of their pool going on the next day.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a really nice match. But I love to see the Gao Ryu match. Obviously, we're starting to see it less and less as people are moving away from that character.
As the Ryu players move towards Guile.
Yeah, but that was nice to see. And Mike Alnott, I believe he's going to be playing Vega still, correct?
I believe he mostly plays Vega. I think he's played some Cammy. We've seen him mess around with a few other characters, but the majority is definitely Vega. And I'm still the daddy, almost all with the Guile.
Yes, although he has apparently got a bit of an Ed in the works. Starting to come across him like that character a little bit. Now,
I'd be shocked if we saw that one today.
True.
But, maybe if the first round's bad, who knows? Now, Guile versus Vega, as someone who once played Vega, is a matchup I find to be pretty tricky. Vega's V-skill duration actually got nerfed going into Season 2, so it's much harder for him to go through fireballs with the V-skill. He has to really rely on reading a jump because the EX roll and the V-skill just aren't fast enough to beat Guile's super low recovery fireballs.
Yeah, that Guile fireball right now is probably one of the strongest projectiles in the game. It opens up so many options for him to dictate the pace of the match. As we have a bit of a delay right now. As you saw, we saw there's like 17 controllers that are still synced up to the PlayStation 4, but we're getting to it, man. I want to thank everybody right now tuning in. Personally, just a shout out to y'all back at home, wherever you are in this world, because you could have been anywhere in this world and chose to watch us. That makes me feel pretty. Not gonna lie.
Now, on the flip side in this matchup, Vega is obviously extremely fast walk speed and extremely quick jump. So if he is to read the fireball, he normally can close the distance and get the jump in.
Yeah, and the claw on, claw off variants also offer up a lot of different playstyle mentality. I think claw off Vega is really one of the more intimidating characters in the game. Just because of, he's got a 3-frame normal that he can cancel into something to combo. The crouch medium kick got such good range, and it's +2 on block.
+2 on block.
And he has a command grab. So if you're just trying to down back it out, you can still get put into some bad situations.
Right. Obviously, with the fastest walk speed in the game, that means he's the fastest character with a command grab, making it really easy for him to impose offense.
Yeah, and the EX command grab range is really, really far.
It's really, really good, and it leads into a setup that's a loop back into itself. So yeah, real scary.
Kind of like that character is, I think, Vega. I really like the way he's developing. I really do wish he had something that, the Vega player could see that you jump and feel confident in an anti-air maneuver. But it's the nature of charge characters. This is a button check, by the way. Kind of just.
Okay, yeah, I was having questions there. I was like, this is a pretty intense button check.
Well, I mean, that's the nature of it.
That reminds me of Marvel 3, right? Every button check in Marvel 3 is a real match until it gets called off.
That is
with whatever random select team you got.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to show it off already. Like, nah, I can play with this. I got this movement. Yo, peep this setup. That's the nature of I'm still the daddy, though, man. Everything is intense. Every time he shows up to a bracket, he shows up with 100% intensity, passion, and emotion. Honestly, one of my
these are two very emotional guys, both of them. Yeah.
You right. That might count on Twitter. It's lit. You right.
Yeah, they both get their litness on when things go wrong.
I am hoping. I feel bad for saying it because it sounds kind of mean, but I ain't gonna lie. As a commentator, I hope things go wrong. I don't like when, right. We mentioned this when watching Trash Box. If you can be in a good position, the game can feel boring. I don't want that. I want you to be in danger.
And I really hope we get a good match here. I'm still a daddy, probably a little less defensive than your average Guile, much more willing to go in and get those fierces in. He really loves using back fist, using back fierce, using standing heavy kick to bully the opponent, right as you saw right there.
So, and with a lot of guys, you can usually say that the normal to Sonic Boom range is heavily in the Boom's favor. And right now, after the Daddy is going to go ahead and count himself amongst those.
And something you're noticing here is that Vega has a very short jump range. So there's a wider range where Guile can safely throw a Sonic Boom versus your average character. Michael not just taking so much chip damage each round. Definitely didn't react in time there.
Was looking for it. That V-Trigger is kind of his built-in anti-fireball option at certain times, but I think he went for the air option there.
He went for the air option there, which is the best one to use versus fireballs, but unfortunately just did it way, 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 way too late.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he does lose the invincibility against projectiles at a certain point. One thing that Mike is going to absolutely need to enforce, just as a Vega main period, is right here, that footsie space where he makes it uncomfortable to try to do anything.
All right, and gets him in right in the corner. Obviously, Vega can choose which side he ends up on after his Air Barcelona attack. But the stun threat is now gone. I'm still the Daddy with another chance at life in this round.
The quintessential, I don't respect you and I don't care how close I was to death. I flash kick, keep calm, hold down, and then go up.
Oh, and gets caught.
Don't run from it. There we go.
Mashing on Wake Up versus the Wake Up Sonic Boom. I'm not really sure what was going on there in Michael Na's head. Slides into V-Trigger to make it safe.
Ooh, trying to catch it. I like the trickiness of it. I'm still the Daddy one step ahead. There we go, back to it.
Very nice back fist at a range where Flash Kick wouldn't have hit and catches him the second time. Michael Na really lost his patience once that life lead dwindled. He didn't get the stun he wanted, and you could tell after that he just was not playing the same.
He could taste it. The round was really one touch left for him and was denied, and just like that, it was back to neutral denial.
And it's very converse from a player like Justin Wong, who when close to stun will oftentimes just back off by himself, not even going for it. It's definitely a risk-reward situation where you know your opponent's probably a little more likely to flash kick. They're probably a little more likely to mash. They know that whatever happens, you know, that stun's coming, even if it's just one overhead or one jump back jab.
Absolutely.
So
and they're taking control of the situation, right? Because you can't stop a flash kick. It's invulnerable. That's kind of the point. So it's really a statement of, I will enforce myself.
All right, slides into the back fist. The back fist whiffs on all crouching moves. So the slide definitely one of the best tools to beat it. And gets another slide off. Crush counter giving him a setup, but I'm still a Daddy just back dashes out. And Guile, the only character with an air back throw, letting him take the corner in situations like that off an anti-air.
Now he's trying to cut that last real third of the screen off.
I'm still a Daddy, been really a maestro with those anti-airs.
Oh yeah, even the boom helping him out there. As you mentioned, that short jump art from Vega kind of betrayed him. Now any little thing will do it.
And you can see Michael Na doesn't really have an option here other than to walk and block these booms.
Yep. And we mentioned that the recovery of that light punch boom is so fast that you actually don't gain space, walk forward, and block it.
No, definitely not. In fact, you just let him gain meters. So yeah, that's why this matchup is considered so tough.
So the Daddy now sitting on match point.
I'd like to see him neutral jump a few more fireballs.
Yep. See right there, if you try to jump forward, the Daddy knows. He's throwing him from a range where there is a reprisal to just about any option that Mike chooses.
And I'm still the Daddy also doing a really good job backing off after the jumps and making sure Michael Na can't get out of the corner. Really nice counter hit only combo. I'm still the Daddy coming ready with everything, and this will get blocked and punished. No kill yet, but an easy 4 rounds.
Just
still the Daddy.
Just fine. Hardly even felt the need to cuss right there. If that would have been a stream match, you probably wouldn't have done anything. Take a look at this guy. You believe this guy?
What we saw there was just really Michael Na with no way in. He never cleanly was able to jump a fireball. I'm still a Daddy only throwing them at those safe ranges.
Yeah, and to get in that situation, right, where he got the situation started, he was there, the stun gauge was up, he just hit a combo that did about 40% damage. Flash kick, never got back in. It's one of those moments, right, where a campaign like this is won with many small victories, and sometimes this is as little a victory as doing nothing when they flash kick.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's a huge victory in this game. Obviously, unlike a lot of other games, when you block an invincible reversal in this game, you get a stronger punish due to the crush counter recovery system.
I love it.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of people are upset when they get DP'd, right? You know, you wake up, why didn't I get to do my own offense? He DP'd. But if you read that DP, the reward is higher than any mix-up you could have done.
That's absolutely true. Oh man, it brings me nothing but joy. And I believe we are going to be moving forward with matches. And up next, we have a real barn burner. I'm excited to see this. We're going to have Panda TV, Jawa versus GLB. Now, this is a personal. I'm personally excited to watch this because GLB has been a hero of mine since Street Fighter V
Of
dropped.
course, a Chicago legend.
He's Chicago legend. Geronimo's little brother was playing Ryu and giving me fits and nightmares in that Red Bull series in Season 1. But like many Ryu players, he is now properly known as a Guile player.
Yeah, I think he's playing Guile. A lot of Ryu players, obviously due to nerfs to his strength, have moved on to Akuma or Guile. However, we do still have a few Ryu players left, but I don't think GLB is one of them.
No, he said he was going to pick it for certain matchups. Actually, I think he said they were Nash or Geef. Because just doesn't believe that that Guile-Geef matchup is one of those, right, where, look, if you don't know it, it's too much that can go wrong.
Guile-Geef is one where I think on the surface a lot of people think, oh, Guile is projectile, you know, going to be free. But it's actually really difficult due to the way Guile's normals work. They're all one hit. A lot of them advance forward. They move into Geef's parry in such a way that it's really scary to press any buttons for Geef at all.
That's absolutely true.
But
oh, go ahead.
Well, the matchup we're getting here is going to be Ken or Akuma, as Jiwa plays both, versus Akuma or Guile, GLB's character.
Right, and Chewa was like that flip side, right, where a lot of Ken players were like, man, I don't like how this character's got to play in this game, or I don't like these changes. There was no Guile, though. It was almost always straight over to Akuma, embracing the Darkado.
And Jawa, someone who played Ken in Street Fighter 4 and actually made Capcom Cup one year. So somewhat of a Ken loyalist. I've seen him pick both. I am not sure at all which one he'll pick here. I like to think that Akuma does a little better versus Guile than Ken does.
I agree.
So I think if we see GLB pick Guile, we'll see Jiwa pick Akuma.
I ain't a problem, man. If y'all were locked in to Ken and Ryu in Season 1, I feel like we should just obligate y'all to play it again for Season 2, just for the fans.
Just make him do it. Jiwa definitely thinking about it. He knows he has two character options here, and he's deciding which one's better.
GLB locked in a Guile already. See?
And Guile always a bit of a Shoto killer for the most part. The way his fireballs match up is very good because, as you said, his recovery is lower on his fireballs, so when they trade, he's able to act first. Sometimes even getting a punish with the back fist, or at least getting to move forward and throw his second boom first.
Absolutely. Wins that fireball war, has a really good situation to anti-air, a lot of normals. Really gives Ken and Ryu fits. Been doing it for 25 years. But Jawa gonna opt to go with Akuma. I don't like that. I personally think if you ever have the option, you have to consider the tools available. And I think there's nothing ever wrong with choosing more tools over quote-unquote character loyalty.
No, definitely not. Especially when it gets to the next round of EVO.
Oh, false
We'll
start.
see if we get a restart here. Yes, we will. The beach stage, while beautiful, has a few issues with seeing some of the moves on the floor.
Yeah, we don't need that wave around here, yo. There's too many characters that get low. Don't nobody want Chun or Birdie or Fang throwing something underneath there. So it is unfortunately banned for tournament play.
Yeah, for the people who have not seen it before or haven't watched that stage work before, Birdie's can is one example where it goes entirely below the water, becoming completely invisible to the eye. So we're restarting, hoping to get another stage here, and we do. The Temple of
Ascension. Okay, so we take it right over to the Akuma stage. If you get a chance, though, listen to that beach save thing. It is nice. Just veg out, read a good book.
I mean, in casuals, I just play on it anyway.
True. Very true. Right here. Already, Jay was actually the one kind of establishing a fireball game, but now we see GLB settling into it.
This is one of those matchups where it's actually pretty hard for Akuma to get the air fireball game going because Flash Kick will go through it. But Jiwa guessing on that jump, gets in and really has GLB cornered already.
Such a nice cross cut there to catch it on the other side. That is plus. I do not know if GLB was trying to challenge. Guy has no 3-frame normal, so I really have to doubt it.
Yeah, it's weird because it's one of those moves that looks very minus. It's a diving sweep. But yeah, he's actually at advantage and gets a mix-up afterwards.
Second issue there. Jawa got it. Right back in for the jump. GLB selling it in.
Because Akuma doesn't have any other real ways around fireballs other than jumping, Jiwa has been totally, gung-ho on it, knowing that's the only way he can get around this fireball.
And just as a player, if you're coming up, anybody who's looking to take Street Fighter V more seriously, against a character like Guile, but just in general, there's no such thing as a bad jump or a bad uppercut. Even that one got punished right there, you have to believe in it.
Oh yeah, because if you don't, they'll throw fireballs forever, right? Exactly.
Right now, Jay, as you saw right there, there can be some dire consequences. GLB should give it one more shot.
Goes to the knockdown in the corner, and that is a cover-all setup. Any mash you do there, back tech or neutral tech, is going to get caught by the 4 active frames of Akuma's monstrous down fierce.
That was a swift first game there. Jay got one round off of a jump in, kept it clean, and the second one, and it's actually kind of hard for me to look back and think about it. He was really just maneuvering the fireballs. You could really see the difference between GLB's fireball patterns and Until Daddy's fireball patterns just from the way movement was handled. Oh, wait, it was Demon Flip. Now that I think about it. Yeah, it was a Demon Flip. Never mind. Now I remember. Now I remember the options. This is why you aren't loaded characters.
And GLB doing a lot better job this game using his normal range over Akuma, who's a lot stubbier than Guile. The big thing about Akuma, though, is that his normals are very, very plus. His down medium punch letting him walk in and start to pressure even done at max range.
A little bit of that 3-hit red fireball there. Has a lot of startup, but from full screen, there's no real downside to throwing it unless you got a fireball on your way. And now Jay will back in with the meaty pressure.
Yeah, and that's a really good point you bring up because that's one of the few ways Akuma has to nullify those fireballs is to throw more durability than he has.
And one of the few characters that can choose the durability to have without spinning bar.
All right, has Jiwa here down to just chip health and catches him out of the air. Those air fireballs have a ton of recovery, so if you manage to walk under him, that's a better anti-air than even the flash kick because you'll get a full combo.
Absolutely. Back fist leaves troubles. That air fireball, it's tricky. It alters his jump arc in a way a lot of dive kicks wish they could. Slows him down a lot and puts a hitbox below him.
Right, yeah, stuffing normal anti-airs.
As you mentioned, that flash kick will go through if GLB sees again.
Oh, and that's going to whip for sure.
Okay. That is huge. Not only did he just lose all that bar for maybe really good booms, he lost his get off me tool right now. He might not get it back in time.
Yeah, just one bar left. It looks like he will get a few more bars this round, and then minus after the upside down kick gets thrown. Really great of Jiwa to recognize that's his mix-up situation after throwing the upside down kick.
Jiwa just needs one more back throw, or 2 combo will finish it. Pressure, I like that. Enforcing some plus frames.
And too far for the combo, but gets the forward medium punch overhead. Jiwa has really been on offense favoring this option select, where he walks up, backs up to block the DP, and then throws to protect a wake-up throw. Covering both wake-up DP, jab, or throw.
Got the flash kick, anti-air, then the walk forward, the throw bait.
Thrown back in the corner, really tough for GLB here, but still has the life lead.
The story of GLB's offensive sequences in this matchup have been those whiff throws because J-Wo was actually still in block stun.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not timing his offense right off of the Sonic Boom.
That crush gap, we saw that earlier and it got stuffed out, but that's why he did it, trying to beat that shimmy. He's gonna need to block some more, and he's in the corner. Gonna get it? Backdash.
Throw a whistle in the backdash, but no punish off of it.
Oh!
Oh, and the parry, no one bites, but doesn't get the punish.
Right over
Has
here.
in the corner, and yet again, option selects that with the back throw.
Jay-Wo just needs one more. There it is, the dashboard stand light punch. Doc on it.
And you know, waking up blocking is so admirable, right? But unfortunately, that loses to throw. And it honestly even loses to jab, because if you're giving the other guy plus frames on purpose, that's an issue. So, I mean, unfortunately, their GLB probably just had to be a little more willing to do things on wake up.
Yeah, that really is. You mentioned it. This is a story of aggression and activity, all in Jay-Wo's favor. You know, even when GLB got himself in a position to do, to punish something with a flash kick, when he advanced toward, there wasn't a lot of sequences. Those whiff throws kind of come back to bite him. But this is all winners matches so far. Everybody still got their shot, still fighting. Unfortunately, though, Midwest got to go to losers. Sorry.
But what we have coming up here is a Laura versus Birdie matchup between Afi and Zizi from Korea. How do you feel about this one as a Laura player?
Gosh, you have to be fast. You have to be active. You have to be kind of, it feels reckless in a way. Where I mentioned those fireball traps that she can kind of set up. Birdie gets through even the ones that most characters have no options for without meter. He can do it without spinning any bar off of his the bullhead. Yeah, will rock back and then dip through it. He whiff punishes extraordinarily, which means Laura should not be lunging if she doesn't want to get close. He's got an anti-command grab with the EX bar. But at the same time, he's a big old juicy donut of a target.
He is a big target. Unfortunately, yeah, one problem for a lot of command grab characters versus Birdie is his wake-up bullhorn moves his hitbox so far backwards that a lot of your meaty setups just don't work.
Yeah, he's weird. He's unique, I guess. I don't even want to... Weird, unique, he's one of a kind.
Unique's a flowery word. I like it.
Yeah, there's a certain cadence to the Birdie matchup for any character that I think it forces a unique style of play, and I love that in this game. I love that there can be characters like that. I hate it when I don't figure out that player in time to win. Now,
one nice thing for Laura in this matchup is it's really hard for Birdie to get a can or a banana off, because you can react with the EX shoulder and knock him down for it. So you're probably going to see a little less of that than you would see, in the Zangief matchup we saw earlier.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And even though, as we mentioned, he can get out of the fireball pressure, she can hit buttons against him just fine. He doesn't have a 3-frame normal. And it can be tricky for him to react to V-skills sometimes. She can V-skill back from things and kind of be still in a range that he doesn't want to deal with. So if Afi does know better than to try to rely just on the general fireball trap, Laura can definitely get in there and button him to death. Well, of course, then there's the EX Bullhead has a, Ions Armor on frame. Well, he's got options. He's a big fella. He can do a lot of things. We'll have to see. XYZZY is one of the best birdies in the world, flat out.
Now, with a 3-bar V-trigger, if Zizzy is to decide to use his V-reversal, which a lot of players like to do versus Laura's EX Fireball, it will basically mean he's not going to get a V-trigger that round.
And it can be it's a very different matchup when Birdie does have V-trigger active. But right now, XYZZY is kind of struggling to find a space, and I'm actually kind of surprised to see this.
Oh, really good whip punch, but Afi moved too far, and it doesn't actually tag.
The nightmare scenario, the actual max range of that buffer does not work.
Really good anti-air though from Afi, and catches him after the mix-up. EX puts a plus again, but gets mashed out anyway.
Walks too far forward. Might have been trying to go into a command grab range or even just being set in. Laura pushes herself out very far when she presses buttons on block. This is a finish.
And Laura, jumping against Laura is really scary because not only is her anti-air good at hitting you out of the air, it's good at leading into a mix-up afterwards. She can V-skill, get a left, right, grab, hit, whatever she wants.
Jab, V-skill tort. Ooh. Okay.
V-skill tort on hit is such a dirty reset, right? People are only looking for that one block most of the time.
Wow, Afi got punished for a command grab and then just said, no, the next time I knock you down, I'm going right back to it. You don't believe in it, big fella.
Okay, jumps out of the command grab finally, getting the corner and good 300-something damage to boot. No tech there.
Yes. That meaty situation is really good if Birdie gets the hit, but if you block it, you can challenge with a 3-frame normal. If he does, curious to see what XYZZY is going to start here, because he didn't get anything started unless he neutral jumped the command grab, and that's not a winning game plan.
No, Afi totally, going in there gung-ho and willing to command grab, willing to mix up the options, not scared of the repercussions of getting his command grab jumped, and frankly, why should he be?
Oh my gosh! Just a raw V-skill in neutral.
Okay, counter poked here. But Afi really making sure that Zizzy doesn't get any space. Playing aggressively in the matchup, because backing off and taking your time is not good versus Birdie.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I meant. That was the speed, and it looks like Afi is very familiar with it, and I can imagine so. There are actually quite a few birdies. Shout out to King J out of the UK. Right now, this is pressure right here. V-trigger, still plus.
Still plus?
Still plus. Okay, got caught there.
Okay, but now he's in the corner, and Birdie's in V-trigger, totally changing the matchup.
Waiting it out here. Nice. It's a back throw, though, but plus frames. Whoa, okay.
This could easily be it.
Is XYZZY tried to beat out any command grab, any walk toward, but Afi just didn't want to be in the corner, that's all.
Yeah, Birdie's EX command grab, I believe, having throw invincibility.
Yes, it does, it does. Reaches kind of far, too, so it beats a lot of shimmy situations as well. Beautiful stand, medium punch, whip punish.
Okay, but just gung-ho back in there with that EX. And the V-skill towards like -10, but gets a command grab anyway. Combo on hit. Okay, and Zizzy trying to get out of there, but he just can't. This is a stun.
It's done. It's done. It's over.
You think it's done?
No, I know it's done.
Oh, you know it's done.
It's done. No, it's over.
Done. It was way done.
It was done. Oh, yeah.
That was a whopper for sure.
Oh, yeah. He got to pick which stun combo would have killed that. That wasn't even the route that I do. That's the beauty of it. Stun with a command grab, and your character is probably dead. If they're going to hit the corner, they are dead.
And right, of course, the reason for that is the command grab is just one hit, and you obviously cannot combo into it. So you're going to have no scaling on the follow-up combo. If you stun with that command grab, you get 400 plus damage with
nice
your girl Laura.
Full charge, level 3 fireball, a couple heavy normals. You can finish it off with another heavy normal to an EX fireball into a heavy special move. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to take a break. We're going to take a quick break. Laura's got me a little bit too excited. Be right back with Knuckle Dew versus Infiltration.
Oh, that's a good one.